Hello, dear students. Welcome to the class. Today we'll be starting a new unit, that is organic chemistry. In that organic chemistry, we'll be studying first chapter, that is carboxylic acids and its derivatives. First, let us see the contents that we'll be discussing in this chapter. The main contents that we will be discussing here in this chapter are uh, preparations of carboxylic acids, their IUPAC nomenclature, physical properties. In physical properties, we will be discussing hydrogen bonding and acidic strength. Chemical properties. And chemical properties, we will be discussing the reactions involving hydrogen, OH and COH groups of carboxylic acids. And few of the named reactions like Hunt-Stricker reaction, Schmidt reaction, and ester synthesis, Hell-Wohlard-Zelinski reaction. And lastly, we will also discuss very briefly about carboxylic acid derivatives. Now let us see what are carboxylic acids and their IUPAC and their nomenclature. Carboxylic acids means the organic compounds which contain this functional group, that is COOH functional group, are known as carboxylic acids. The hydrocarbons which contains this functional group are known as carboxylic acids. Now let us see the nomenclature for these carboxylic acids. So three systems are used to name these compounds. The first system is common name. In the common name, it is basically derived from the source of the individual acids. For example, formic, HCOH. The common name for this is formic acid. This name is given because it comes from its source, that is formica. And then next come acetic acid. Acetic acid common name is CH3COOH. The common name is acetic acid. It is from the source vinegar or actum. And then this CH3, CH2, CH2, COH. The common name for this acid is butyric acid, and it is derived from a source, that is butyrum. So most of these common names are derived from the sources from which they are extracted. And if there are substituents on these carboxylic acids, let us see how the common name is used uh, written. For example, see this compound. There are four carbons here. Now select the longest chain, this one. Now you have to remember one thing is you should not give any numbering to this carbon of carboxylic acid. Start from the next carbon. Give this as alpha, next beta, next gamma. Now then see the number of carbons here. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to give butyric acid. Are there any substituents? Yes, there is OH substituent here, that is on the alpha carbon. So give it as alpha hydroxy butyric acid. Let us take one more example here. This one, the same procedure you have to follow. First see the number of carbons in this carboxylic acids. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now give the numbering, not here, but start from here. The carbon next to this carboxylic acid will get alpha, beta, gamma. And there is a substituent of OH on this gamma carbon, therefore gamma hydroxy butyric acid. Okay. This is how you have to name these compounds by using a common system nomenclature. By if they are substituents, you have to use alpha, beta, and gamma. There is one more system where these carboxylic acids can be named. That system is derived system, and this system is mostly used only to the alkyl derivatives of carboxylic acids. Alkyl derivatives. See, alkyl derivatives of alkyl derivatives of acetic acid means if the hydrogens of acetic acids are substituted with alkyl, they are known as alkyl derivatives of acetic acid. Okay. For example, see here CH3, CH2, COH. What is acetic acid? See this structure here, CH3, COH. Now see this structure here, CH3. See, one hydrogen is replaced with CH3. So you can name this as, what is CH3? Methyl. So methyl, and the remaining is acetic acid. So it is a derivative of methyl derivative of acetic acid. So you can name it as methyl acetic acid. And now see this one, this is acetic acid. This CH3COH is acetic acid. Here one hydrogen is replaced with phenyl group. Therefore, this is a phenyl derivative of acetic acid. So we have to use phenyl acetic acid. So this nomenclature is used only when the carboxylic acids are alkyl derivatives of acetic acids. Let us see the other nomenclature, that is IUPAC nomenclature. It is very similar to alkenes. For example, when you write alkenes means CH4 C2H6. In alkenes we write ALKANE, alkene. And alkane, this alk depends on the number of carbons. If only one carbon is there, you write methane. Two carbons, ethane. Three, propane. Here in the case of carboxylic acid, if only one carbon is there in carboxylic acid, what you have to do is replace this E of alkane with oic acid. This oic acid. Replaced E with oic acid, that will give the name of that carboxylic acid. For example, see here, this is a one carbon carboxylic acid, HCOOH. So for one carbon, what is the alkane name you will be using? Methane. Since this is a carboxylic acid, replace E with oic acid. You will get methanoic acid. So one carbon, you have to use methanoic acid. Suppose if there are two carbons, what we have to use? We have to use ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. If there are three carbons, propane, this carboxylic acid is a propanoic acid. Now let us see the case when there are substituents here. Unlike common system, where in common system you have not given any name here. We have started from the next carbon that is attached to the carboxylic acid functional group. So you have given alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and so on. But here, in the case of IUPAC nomenclature, you have to start from this carbon only. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, 4. So now select the longest chain. This is the longest chain here. So how many carbons are there in the longest chain? 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, it is butanoic acid. Now let us see the substituents now. There are two substituents. One is bromide, that is one is methyl group. Now see the positions of this substituents. This is present on the second carbon, therefore 2 bromo. And this is methyl is present on the third carbon, therefore 3 methyl. 2 bromo, 3 methyl, and the remaining butanoic acid. This is how you have all these are aliphatic carboxylic acids. Now let us see the nomenclature in case of aromatic carboxylic acids. Aromatic carboxylic acid means if if COH group is attached to any aromatic ring, such compounds are known as aromatic carboxylic acids. Okay. So the first compound of aromatic carboxylic acids is benzoic acid. Benzoic acid. So this is benzoic acid. When one of the hydrogen is of benzene is substituted with COOH group, this becomes benzoic acid. Now let us see when there are substituents now. So if there are substituents here, how do you name when their substituents are there? So you have to give the numbering here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So this is benzoic acid, right? This is benzoic acid. So you write the benzoic acid here. Now you have substituent here at which position here? 4th carbon. So you have to write 4-bromo-benzoic acid. Otherwise, there is one more nomenclature that can also be used here, that is ortho and para. So what is ortho and para? Suppose the substituent is there on this carbon. The next adjacent carbons or adjacent positions are known as ortho positions, and it is indicated with small o. And next positions to ortho is known as meta positions, and these are indicated with the adjacent positions to ortho or meta. And the next position is para, that is opposite to this functional group. It will be para. Now, at which positions bromine is there? At para. Therefore, you can write small p, you have to indicate para-bromo-benzoic acid. The next compound is this one. So this is benzoic acid. Okay. At which positions methyl group is there? At second position. This is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2. So 2-methyl benzoic acid we can say, or we can also use ortho, para, meta also. At ortho position methyl group is there, so you can also tell this compound as ortho-methyl benzoic acid. Another common name is there for this compound, that is ortho-toluic acid. Similarly, this compound, this methyl is there at meta position, You can call this compound as metamethyl benzoic acid, or there is a common name M-tolleic acid, or 1, 2, 3, 3-methyl benzoic acid. Here methyl is there at the fourth position, therefore 4-methyl benzoic acid, or it is at the para position, therefore you can also call this as para-methyl benzoic acid, or the common name is para-tolleic acid. So one important carboxylic acid is this one, salicylic acid. I think you must have seen this compound in Kolbe's reaction, salicylic acid. Now this is terephthalic acid, this is a dicarboxylic acid. Since there are two carboxylic acid groups here, these are para to each other. Okay. Now let us see the IUPAC nomenclature in case of carboxylic acid derivatives. What are derivatives? When one of the OH group is replaced with, suppose this is C carboxylic acid. This is carboxylic acid. So when you replace this group with any other group, then those are known as carboxylic acid derivatives. For example, let us say acid halides. Halide means when you replace this OH group with any halide, then it becomes acid halides. And how do you name this compound? In case of carboxylic acid, you are using oic acid. Here in case of halides, when it is OH is replaced with halide, here you have to use oil halide. Halide means whatever is the halogen, you have to write that. Since chlorine is here, you have to write oil chloride. So there are two carbons here. So with two carbons, what will be the acid? Ethanoic acid. Now what is the derivative here? Chlorine is the derivative. So ethanoyl chloride. See here, this one is benzoic. This is derived from the benzoic acid. So benzoyl chloride. These are anhydrates. Anhydrate means when two molecules of acids are heated, by the loss of one molecule of water, they'll combine with each other. So see, this is one molecule of, this is another molecule. Okay, there is a loss of one water molecule, OH, and OH from one molecule, OH from one molecule uh, will be eliminated, and this molecule resulting in this anhydride. So these are derived from two molecules of ethanoic acid. This is known as ethanoic anhydride. See here, this is derived from two molecules of benzoic acid. Therefore, this molecule is known as benzoic anhydride. Now let us see amides. In amides, how do you write amide? You have to just use amide. See, these are two carbons. Therefore, ethane, NH2 is there. So ethanamide you have to use ethanamide. Three carbons means you have to use propanamide. This is not OC2H5. This is NH2. NH2. Okay. So in the like this, you have to name the carboxylic acid derivatives. Now let us see the classification of carboxylic acid. Basically, these are classified into two ways. One way is uh, uh, based on the R group to which it is attached, based on whether if COH group is attached to alkyl, it is known as aliphatic. If COH group is attached uh, to any benzene ring, then it is known as aromatic. So see here, uh, based on the R group to which it is attached, it is classified into two types. Suppose here it is a methyl group, therefore methyl is aliphatic. Therefore, this is aliphatic carboxylic acid. Here, if you see here, the COH group is attached to a aromatic ring. Therefore, it is a aromatic carboxylic acid. So, based on this R groups, these are classified into aliphatic and aromatic. And one more classification is based on the number of COOH groups. For example, if there is only one COOH group, it is a monocarboxylic acid. If there are two COOH groups, it is known as dicarboxylic acid. For example, formic acid, acetic acid. There is only one COOH group here. Therefore, it is mono, means one monocarboxylic acid. Whereas in dicarboxylic acid means two carboxylic acid groups. Here there are two carboxylic acid groups are there. See here, two carboxylic acids are there. Therefore, it comes under dicarboxylic acid. The name for this compound is oxalic acid. You see here, this is phthalic acid. These COOH groups are ortho to each other. There are two carboxylic acid groups. Therefore, this is dicarboxylic acids. Now, let us see the methods of preparation of these carboxylic acids. This can be prepared from the acid derivatives like nitriles, amides, and esters. Nitriles means what? The compounds which are having this CN group are known as nitriles. CN group. When you hydrolyze this in the presence of acid or base, this CN group, it will get converted to COOH group. Okay. The CN group will get converted to COOH group. And this can also be prepared from amides. Amides means this one, CONH2. When these are heated in the presence of a base, first this has to be heated in the presence of a base. This get converted into acetate ion. After conversion of this amide group to acetate ion, now when we treat this with acid, this will get converted to acetic acid. So we have to add base, heat it, then followed by acid. So now this can also be prepared from esters. This group is a ester, RCOOOR. If OH of acid is substituted with OR, then it becomes ester. So from esters also we can prepare these compounds, RCOR dash plus HOH. This can be done in the presence of base or acid. These esters can be converted to acids. Okay. This is one type of method. So this can be prepared from nitriles or amides or esters. From esters you can add either base or acid. Here I have shown only base. We will be discussing this in detail with mechanism at the end of this chapter. So just by hydrolysis, all these groups, that is nitrile group, CN group, amide group means CONH2, ester group means COOR. Just by hydrolyzing in the presence of acids or base, this can converted into COH. Thus you have to remember the groups, these groups CN, CONH2 and COR. Just add acid or base on the equation, and on the right hand side just write any acid, just write the corresponding carboxylic acid. No, there is one more method, that is from Grignard reagent, by carbonation of Grignard reagent. Carbonation means addition of CO2. So carbonation of Grignard reagent means addition of CO2 to RMGX. I think we have already discussed what is RMGX. RMGX is a organometallic compound. In this RMGX, this is a nucleophile because it is negatively charged, more electronegative than magnesium. Therefore, if you see this carbon dioxide molecule, we all know that carbon dioxide is a linear molecule and carbon is an electrophilic center. Because of these two pi bonds here, this makes this carbon electron deficient. Now we all know that in RMGX, R is a nucleophile. Therefore, it attacks this carbon. So when this is coming here on bonding with this carbon, these electrons will be shifted here to satisfy the valency of this carbon. So we will get R is now bonded to carbon, C double bond O, then this becomes single bond, C single bond O, and this gets a negative charge because of the shift of electrons here. This negative charge is satisfied with the positive charge of this MgX. So OMgX. This upon hydrolysis in the presence of acid, it will become RCOOH. So just by, or you can remember as it is, RMGX. Mechanism is not required, but for your remembrance, for your convenience, I am telling this one. So, so how do you prepare Grignard reagent? By adding metal to alkyl halide in the presence of dry conditions. You can directly prepare alkyl halide. Now let us take this example. How do you prepare this compound? In order to prepare this compound, first you have to prepare a Grignard reagent that you can prepare by from tertiary butyl chloride. Add magnesium, it will give Grignard reagent. Then add CO2 followed by hydrolysis, it will give this tertiary um, sorry uh, this is pentanoic acid or dimethyl propanoic acid. Now let's see the preparation of benzoic acid. So how do you prepare this benzoic acid? You can prepare directly from benzene. From benzene, what else we need? We need this chloride substituent. After chloride, we have to convert it to magnesium. To get that halogen substituent here, we have to do the halogenation here. For halogenation, we are using Br2 and FeBr3. The mechanism already you have studied in last year, I think. When you use this reagent, this hydrogen will be substituted, electrophilic substitution with Br. Now add magnesium and ether, it will become a Grignard reagent, then followed by CO2, nucleophilic addition will be taking place here, followed by hydrolysis, this will give benzoic acid. Okay, so this is how by carbonation also we can, carbonation of Grignard reagent, we can prepare carboxylic acids. Okay. Okay, students, we will stop here. In the next class, we will discuss few more preparation methods. Thank you one and all.